everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. If you've been drawn to this reading, this is literally the only deck that I was guided to use for this particular batch of readings for each sign. So it's called Soul Lovers and Separation. This is for those of you who feel very connected to a person, regardless of where you are at on the journey, more than likely at a distance from one another. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what presents itself here. I am going to bring forward 3 different scenarios. So you get to choose which scenario you're most guided towards, okay? And let's take a look and see, based off of what you choose, if I'm able to tap into your situation, your journey. And if not, feel free to go ahead and, view all of the other scenarios that are coming through for this batch of readings. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Libra, how are you guys? All right, so let's get into some messages here. So as you can see, I've already got 3 cards on my desk here. Like I've done for all of the other signs, I deliberately did not look at the cards that were coming through as I was shuffling. So we're all going to find out together how this is going to present itself here. So feel free to go ahead and pause the video to choose which one you're most drawn towards, and we will start. All right, so if you have chosen number 1, let's go ahead and see what that message is. I'll set these other 2 aside. All right. So general advice, as always, guys, please keep that in mind throughout your reading and only take the parts of it that make sense for you. Release the rest. All right, so number 1, here is the message. You were in my dreams again last night. I always dream of you every night. You are my ultimate fantasy. Do you see that? So even though you guys are in separation, you're not together, they're still dreaming about you. You guys could be having some pretty intimate encounters through their dreams. Maybe that's something that you can relate to for yourself. Oh, wow. All right, so for Libra, number 1, let's get some clarification with some tarot messages here. Soul Lovers and Separation for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Or you could be cross-watching for Libra. So they dream about you. Do you dream about them too? What happened to separate you? 6 of Wands. Okay, I need to see some other cards in order to comment on that one. Okay. All right, so what I'm getting here, look at the next card. So we've got 6 of Wands, 10 of Wands, 2 of Swords. I feel there's not a whole lot going on in the 3D, which is why they are focused on their fantasies, their dreams when it comes to you, Libra. In their dreams, everything works out. Everything is wonderful. You guys find each other, reconnect, live happily ever after. But then they wake up to realize that that's not a part of the reality. A part of the reality is that there's not a whole lot going on here to create any sort of movement for you guys to talk or interact or to reconcile. And this is something that's been weighing very heavily on this person. Okay, we've got the Magician here. Now, for some of you guys, you could be thinking of Gemini or Virgo. Tools of manifestation. I feel there's a blockage coming through here to be able to manifest anything in real life, But somebody wants that here. If you relate to this for yourself, Libra, you could still be fantasizing about a past love of yours, but we have a blockage. What's up with that? 3 of Cups. Now, for some of you, this could have been a love triangle. It could have been a third-party situation here. But this can also represent a reunion at times. It can represent the good times that you share with somebody. It can also represent a new beginning in your love life, whether that's with somebody else or a new beginning for the 2 of you. We've got the Fool right here. Oh, this is interesting. Look at this next card. Got the 8 of Wands. That is followed by the 3 of Pentacles. And that is followed by the 10 of Cups. Super interesting. So remember, you have the stalemate card here. That represents no movement at all. The 8 of Wands represents really fast movement. So it may be at 0 right now, but it could go from 0 to 60 in no time, depending on how this all unfolds. I feel when it comes to this individual, they certainly would love the opportunity to see you again and to revisit the partnership. But they also recognize that part of the reason for the separation was because you guys could have been on very different paths, very different pages before. You know, maybe one of you wanted long-term commitment. Maybe the other one wasn't ready to offer that. We've got a fairy tale ending that's possible here with the Ten of Cups. Or is that something that they're just fantasizing about, you know? We do have the conflict represented by the Five of Wands. So, yeah, I do feel for some of you guys, this won't apply to everybody, but for some of you, this could represent some sort of rivalry that has something to do with another person that was interested romantically in you. Or it could be the other way around as well. So, did that create complications here? 100%. Divine Feminine, you're coming through as the Empress, as well as the Queen of Pentacles here. So I'm feeling, you know, with the Empress, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups, there could have been married. There could have been somebody here who was married, okay? It involved maybe families as well. It could have also involved maybe unplanned pregnancies, unexpected pregnancies. That could have been something that separated the two of you if the other person wasn't wanting that, or they just weren't ready to take responsibility for that. So, Divine Feminines, you know, if you were dealing with a masculine who just couldn't step it up in the relationship, then maybe you decided, you know what, I'm better off without you. That type of energy is what I'm feeling. Look at the next card, Queen of Swords. So we have a lot of Divine Feminine representation here. Yeah, I really feel it. You know, with the Empress and the Queen of Swords especially, you did what was necessary in order to create the life that you needed to create for yourself, as well as maybe your child or children or the family dynamic, if that was a thing. And if we have a masculine here who perhaps wanted their freedom, who wasn't ready to settle down, who was not ready for long-term commitment, then I feel, my feminines, you might have made that decision for your masculine. You know, if that's not what they wanted, then you basically, you know, told them it's like, you can go. You know, if you're not able to meet me halfway and to help me out, you know, especially if you guys had a family to raise. I feel my feminines just took a stand to let your masculine know. It's like, look, this isn't the ideal situation, but I can certainly survive if you're not in the picture. I don't know. I'm just kind of getting that type of vibe. And then now we're seeing the Five of Pentacles. So this could be where the masculine is at, you know, feeling isolated and alone. They're not with you. You know, there's now this cold vibe that's presenting itself. Yeah, that makes sense for me. So I'm just kind of feeling here, my feminines took a stand and basically told this masculine, it's like, if this isn't what you want, there's the door. You know, I can do this on my own. And so now they're feeling the ramifications of their actions, of their behaviors, or maybe certain things that they might have said. Look at this. We've got the Eight of Cups. You know, either they walked away to pursue another relationship, or maybe Divine Feminine, you walked away because you needed to take a stand in the relationship, especially if they just weren't ready to step it up. That's kind of what I'm getting there. Let's see, let me grab one more. Yeah, see? Six of Swords. One of you decided to move on, and I can't help but feel that that's my feminine coming through here in this reading to let this masculine know. It's like, okay, you know, I'm going to have to figure something out for myself. And again, if for those of you who have a family, maybe a young family, a child, children, you needed to do whatever felt right for you and your life and your family. And, you know, we might have a person here who just dropped the ball. And so now all they've got are the dreams You know, they're dreaming about you. They're dreaming about this ultimate fantasy life that you guys could have had. And they might be running into some obstacles here because of how things might have ended. So I'm ultimately feeling here, Divine Feminines, if this is your masculine, they regret it. They regret the fact that they're not with you, that they weren't the type of partner that you needed them to be at that point. So, you know, in order to have this situation work out, they're going to have to work for it. You know, and I'm just kind of feeling for some of my feminines, you're not even going to bother to open that door back up. That's kind of what I'm getting. So, you know, another situation where the tables have turned, and now we have a masculine more than likely that's really feeling the heaviness of their past behavior. So it's at a stalemate. And I feel, my feminines, you did whatever was necessary in order to create movement in your life as well as for your family. All right, guys, I don't know who that one was for, but that's what came through. All right, so if you chose number 2, here is the message for Libra. I love the sound of your voice. I hear you speak with me telepathically and in dreams. I long to talk with you again. So there's something about the dreams coming forward here for the Libra reading so far. So let's go ahead and clarify this. So if you chose number 2, Libra, let's go ahead and see. There's something about your voice that they're very attracted to. And of course, you know, telepathic communication, maybe 5D interaction. You see each other in your dreams. That could be where the conversations are happening. Okay. So for soul lovers in separation for Libra, scenario number 2, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or of course, you could be cross-watching for Libra. What do we need to know here? Telepathic communication. What do we need to know? 2 of Wands. I'm just feeling here, Libra, if you really relate to this, if you were in a relationship with somebody that after a while you realized you guys were just on very different paths, or you just weren't seeing things the same way, you guys might have gone your separate ways. We've got 2 paths here whenever we see that 2 of Wands coming forward. You had to do whatever was necessary for your future, the future life that you wanted to live. This is clarifying that you moved on and left this behind. Now, for some of you, maybe that's reversed. You know, maybe somebody decided, you know what, this isn't working, and I'm going to have to get myself, you know, onto a path that works for me. So it really depends, Libra, on how this played out in your life. Somebody moved on. So this created a situation where you guys were at a fork in the road and you both chose differently, I feel. Ooh, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. That's interesting. Look at the next card here, guys. We've got the Tower. So something clearly broke you guys up. And I feel, you know, whenever I see that, there's only one way to go, which is up. Because the Tower represents a foundation that is just leveled out. There's no way to go but up once you learn the lessons tied into that whole experience. So you have your own lessons to learn here, Libra, when it comes to this connection, and so does the other person. But this could also be a blessing in disguise. So if you have decided to move on with your life, that one decision might be the thing that really gets you onto a path where you can find happiness in your life, where things can change, where things can certainly fall in your favor when it comes to that Wheel of Fortune card. So even though you've experienced this, that's a part of your life's history, but this is coming in to create change in your life that's way better than where you've been. Look at this, 5 of Swords. That is followed by the 9 of Wands. There's a situation here for this scenario that really hurt you. Not to say that the other person didn't get hurt. Maybe you both did experience that. But whoever decided to walk away, I feel needed to do that. Okay, between you and the person you're thinking about, somebody chose to distance themselves, and that's what created that Tower. It also created heartbreak when you guys broke up. It wasn't an easy thing to go through. I'm also feeling apprehension and hesitation here, Libra. Some of you guys knew that it had to be done to separate, but there's also this energy, this feeling like you guys didn't want to do that, but circumstances needed to step in. And, you know, in a way, the relationship was the ultimate sacrifice. So in the 3D, nothing going on. In the 5D, there could be a whole lot going on. Two of Cups. They still love you, Libra. You could still have love for this person. We've got the Hermit. You could be thinking of Virgo as well. I feel during this time apart, you know, you kind of had to go in hermit mode. You needed time alone. You needed time to just be still and figure things out. Maybe they needed that as well. Yeah, look at the next card. Both of these cards require soul searching in a sense. You know, they're both mirroring each other as far as the need for solitude, the need to just heal and focus on oneself, you know? So whatever that tower is representing, as I've mentioned, this could be something that you really needed, but the other person could need that as well, because this is where the healing begins. Ten of Cups, wow. Three of Wands. There's somebody here, Libra, that envisions the two of you reconnecting. They're just hoping for a better outcome to the future, regardless of where the past took you guys. The question is, do you feel the same way? So if they were to reach out to you, would you be open? Would you be receptive to the possibility of reconnecting in the 3D? Because if they're connecting with you telepathically, I have a feeling you're picking up off of that vibe. We've got the Star. You could also be thinking of Aquarius here. So yeah, somebody is wishing to be in your life again. Now, for a small group of you guys, you and your person might both be feeling this way, but without any sort of real confirmation that that's actually where you guys are coming from, then there's no way to confirm this. But I'm just kind of feeling that some of you guys, you're both wishing and hoping that this can work itself out. I feel you guys really needed the time apart. And for some of you, maybe it is possible to bring it back together. You know, if somebody was wishy-washy, if somebody wasn't the commitment type, this person coming in with that Ace of Pentacles is a solid offer of commitment that could lead towards this Ten of Cups experience. So it may not be over for this one. Look at that. We've got 3 tens coming through here, guys. That means something. So we have particular cycles that are completing. Part of that cycle that is completing is the actual separation itself. So there could be a new cycle coming in to help bring you guys back together. For those of you who are open to that, and only if you're open to that. Maybe for this scenario as well, you know, somebody's coming into some money. We do have the financial windfall reference. You guys could have been arguing about money. That could have been part of the reason that challenged the relationship. But it's also coming through as two people who, despite the distance and time apart, still feel very drawn to each other. It's that love, it's that attraction that may ultimately bring you guys back and have a second chance at this. That's what I've got for that one. All right, Libra. So if you chose number 3, let's go ahead and grab some messages for that one. But pretty interesting messages presenting itself here. All right, so if you chose the 3rd card, here we go. You are my daily motivation. Your soul The essence of who you are inspires me and helps me navigate the path of life. Our love will never die because true love lasts forever. There's something about you here, Libra, that really motivates this person to perhaps have worked on themselves, to be the better person here, or to do work on themselves, whatever that might represent. They still have love for you. That won't ever die. Okay, so let's clarify this and let's see what else we can learn. All right, for Libra, scenario number 3. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Could also be cross-watching for Libra. I feel they're very attracted to not only the outside, but the inside as well. But, you know, there's just no guarantee of a reconciliation for everybody. But this is at least giving you the idea of where they are in their heart space. And there's a lot of love in their heart for you. 2 of Cups. They still see you as the person that they want to be with. Okay, but Divine Feminine showing up as the Queen of Swords. You might have rejected this masculine because of something that happened here. You've got your walls up when it comes to your person here. Even though you might have love in your heart, but you're also on guard. I feel the person that's coming through for number 3, they want a new beginning. Okay, they want another chance to be in your life. And then we've got the 9 of Swords. So they may want this, but they're also tripping out about it because they're not sure whether or not that could be a reality. So they're feeling paranoid. They're not quite sure if this can work itself out. You know, wanting something and actually seeing it come to fruition, that's the part that's really getting to them. What else for number 3? Oh boy, we've got that 7 of Swords coming through. So part of the reason, especially for my feminines, if you represent the Queen of Swords, you might have taken action to remove this person from your life because they were either cheating on you or they were being dishonest. You know, they were not loyal to the partnership. Outright cheating, third parties, or they were just lying. They were lying to you. We've got the 6 of Pentacles, and then we have the 8 of Cups. So you guys were just on very different paths here. You guys were on very different pages, that's for sure. I can't help but feel that it could have been my feminines that decided to walk away from the relationship. You know, because when you're in this type of partnership, you of course would want somebody to be just as invested as you are, but I have a feeling this was an imbalance. So somebody walked away. Walked away from the relationship, walked away from the connection, but it could have also been the other person, you know, walking away from their responsibilities in the relationship and maybe even the family dynamic if you guys had a family together. I feel, you know, if we take the drama out of this situation, you guys actually had a really good relationship. But there were clearly red flags that are popping up here with the 7 of Swords, you know. Look at the 5 of Swords right there. So yeah, it was challenging, I feel. Certainly some conflict and tension when it came to the relationship. So I feel, let's just say you're not interested in reconnecting with your person here. They still love you. They still think about you. Maybe you still think about them too. But I'm just feeling for some of you, you're content with where things are at, that you guys had what you had and it's over. And you would just prefer to meet somebody else or open up a new chapter in your life. However, if there are those of you who would be interested to see where things would go if you reconnected, you know, you got to be mindful of what you are allowing back into your life. Can you trust them? Can they be loyal? We've got the Justice card. So this gets even more interesting considering this is a Libra reading. The Justice card represents Libra. And so I'm really feeling here that things, you know, whatever that drama or obstacle or challenge might have been, it created an imbalance in the relationship. Now, for some of you, part of the challenge might have had to do with legal entanglements there. Could have been a divorce. It could have been a legal separation. It could have been financial cases that you guys were dealing with. Four of Wands. Wow. So I can't help but feel that whoever created the issues, they're still focused, or at least maybe secretly desiring that they want you back, that they want a reunion. And, you know, they will always feel that pull towards you, especially if they're coming through as your twin flame. They want to be able to rebuild a much stronger foundation that they might have actually helped to knock down. We do have the Wheel of Fortune and we have the Judgment. So yeah, what I'm feeling for this message is somebody that you had a falling out with in the past will more than likely return and resurface in your life. You might certainly be a little bit apprehensive to even talk to them or take them back. But just based off of these few cards that are coming through, it might at least be worth hearing them out. You know, I kind of feel with the Judgment card, they've learned so much about their past behaviors that they're now wanting to do things very differently here. You know, so the Wheel of Fortune could certainly represent a new cycle coming in that could be blessing this connection with good luck and good karma as compared to bad karma from the past. So things can shift, things can change when it comes to this message, but I feel it requires both people to be on board. And that's going to be a challenge, I feel, especially with, for example, a masculine who's wanting to confess to the feminine or wanting to convince the feminine maybe to try again. It's going to be work. It's going to require a lot of effort on their part. But if they're persistent, then it's possible. Anything is possible as long as somebody continues to keep trying. And I'm kind of getting that energy from a masculine wanting to convince the feminine that you guys are certainly worth another try. That's what I've got for that one. All right, guys, so whichever one you chose, hopefully there was something in that message that made sense for you. If it didn't, feel free to go ahead and watch the other two that, you know, maybe you didn't end up choosing. And if I didn't tap into your situation this time, you know, I'm sure there will be future readings where I might be able to do that for you. All right, guys, so I'll leave it there. If you're interested in your own reading, that info is down below in the description box. I'll go ahead and link all of the decks that you see here down below as well. Thank you so much, Libra. See you next time.